Oh, it's good to be back. Fuck you.
Cut! Yes.
Poetry is dying and so am I.
Good!
My energy is dwindling.
You suck.
I know. No, it's you who suck.
Dwindle faster, bitch!
I'm dwindling like shrinkage, like a child out of a cold pool. And it's you fucking hacks who are draining me.
It's always that bitch.
Don't think about the holiday.
Listen, we already discussed pedophiles tonight. We've got quite the lineup tonight. Hoda, Gendron, Lennon, Alana, Dunlop, all of whom look like teens in a 90s movie. Teens. And we have Zach Jones later, who speaks like if Flannery O'Connor was on Duck Dynasty. Now, to introduce the next reader,
Learn your lines!
oh, this is a long line for the record. You're gonna, there we go. Our next reader up is Alana Dunlop, best known for her 2013 self-published fantasy novel, Torn Fern and the Cursed Mountain, which you can Google and is real. In the first book, we discovered this while looking into her. In the first book of the Torn Fern trilogy, Torn discovers a secret that will change his life forever. Along with his two best friends, he must get to Burnba Mountain and save his grandpa in the world. Ellipsis. Do you want to know if it's before it's too late or not?
Yeah!
It's before it's too late.
Okay.
Anyway, this being a Montreal poetry reading, we had to have Alana eventually. I think now we scratched that card. I was told that Alana is a literary it girl, which I think just means she has rich parents. Her work is about as nebulous as her eyebrows. By the way, nice one, sweetie. I'm sure your parents are very mad. So yeah, please, Alana Dunlop, come on stage and make your defense.
Myself, like, I am gonna be reading literary fiction. I can't pronounce
Fiction!
at a punk reading, so like fuck my life, and I'm reading it off my phone too. So that's how much I care.
Like Drake.
Okay, so I'm gonna read an excerpt from a new story that I'm writing called Deadly Swarming Girls. I have to give you a little fucking preamble, which I hate doing, but I'll be reading. I'll be reading the climactic point of the story. To fill you in on what's happened so far, the narrator is named Selene. She's a student in an MFA writing program.
Terrible life choice.
And she's at a cottage in Ontario for the weekend. With a bunch of women, many who are also writers. But she doesn't know most of them very well, except for this one girl, Bianca, she knows from elementary school, because they used to, like, experiment together. They used to, like, fuck on the wall. Yeah. So they, like, recently reunited, but it's tense. Yeah, there's a bunch of girls in the story, but, like, the most important ones are Selene, the narrator, Bianca, the homoerotic experimentation friend, and Yvette, who you'll learn about.
Wow, what an engaging lordom!
This is Deadly Swarming Girls. After dinner, we leave our plates smeared with mustard and ketchup in the small sink and run down to the dock to swim. Wait, guys, my swimsuit is still damp, Em says. Just go naked, Callie tells her. Yeah, let's skinny dip, Yvette shrieks, peeling off her bikini top and wriggling out of her bottoms. You do that. I'm gonna keep my swimsuit on, Bianca says. The rest of us drop our pants, littering them on the dock. It's dark, so we can't really see each other. I feel bugs hissing in the air around my head. We hold hands and jump off the dock and swim to the water trampoline that's sunken in at the middle and doesn't really bounce. I feel Bianca next to me, her goose-pimpled arms touching mine. I briefly wonder what it would be like to sleep with her again, now that we have boobs and hair between our legs and experiences with other people. I don't remember how many times we did it back then. The times blur into each other, seem like all the same isolated instants. But I do remember there was a last time, and then we just stopped doing it. And I don't know whose decision that was, if it was even a decision, or if that need and that curiosity had just melted into the background, didn't feel important anymore. When it came out in our last year of high school, Bianca seemed surprised. I keep expecting her to come out too, but she hasn't. Her fingers now find mine, and I'm startled by the contact, but I push my palm against hers, let our hands rest clasped between us. I lean my head against the edge of the water trampoline and look at the stars. Everyone has to promise to stay up till at least 2 a.m. tonight, okay? Oh God, I'll try, Dea says, already yawning. We should play sleepover games, truth or dare and stuff. I think a fucking bug just bit my nipple, Em whines. Maybe it was a fish, Bianca laughs. Em screams and swats at the air. Ew, ew, stop, I'm gonna gag. A fish with arms and legs, I continue. Dea splashes me. Don't worry, Em, maybe it's that sexy girl fish from Shark Tales. Come on, guys, don't scare her, Yvette says. It's not right. Then Yvette swears she hears creaking sounds coming from the trees, so we all swim back to the dock and dry off. We're in varying states of drunkenness, and I feel a bit sunburned. My ass stings from sitting on the water trampoline. We stumble up the dark sloping rock, our towels hanging off our bodies, and pour more wine. How it happens, I'm not sure, but we all end up piling into Em's parents' jacuzzi. Even Bianca, though she crosses her legs and looks like she's trying hard not to let her eyes wander, staring right at our faces when we speak. The hot water tap pours boiling water on our bare skin. Callie is incomprehensible, telling some story about her neighbor building a coffin from scratch. Bianca's lisp gets worse when she's drunk. The spit collects in her mouth and it sounds like she's speaking through a crackling radio from somewhere far away. Dea is scooping the clouded water into her hands and opening her fingers and siphoning it through. You know what's funny? Before we went on this trip, my boyfriend said, don't have an orgy. Em bursts out laughing. Bianca makes eye contact with me and I can't decipher the look on her face, but she smiles after a second. I remember her hand, how it felt warm in mine. Yvette takes a big gulp of wine from the bottle. Do not tell him I told you that though, seriously. Pinky promise. We all stick out our pinkies and link them between us. Oh, this is fun, Em says. Anyone else have a secret? I pissed my pants like last week, Callie says. For no good reason either, I was literally just watching a show and didn't want to get up. Oh my God, I used to piss myself every time I drank, Em says. But like, only a little bit. Callie starts laughing so hard she spits a bit. I watch the bubbles of her spit fall into the bath water. Once when I was like 7, my brother and I found a dead squirrel on the road and tried to cook it in my mom's oven. Em wrinkles her nose. That's fucking gross. Have you ever done something really terrible? I ask her. I don't know, Em replies. Once I spat in a customer's drink because I didn't like how they were speaking to their date. Woo! That's not terrible, that's righteous. In high school, I read my best friend's diary and found out she didn't tell me that she gave her first BJ, and I got mad at her, but obviously couldn't tell her how I knew. So she thought her boyfriend told me, Bianca says, and she broke up with him. The girls gasp and pass giggles back and forth. Oh, and my God, I totally forgot about this till now, but I made up a rumor that Selene fucked my boyfriend just because I thought she was a better writer than me and it pissed me off. My breath catches in my throat. Wait, you spread that rumor? She smiles sheepishly. Yeah, I hated you for a second. It was stupid because I'm a good writer too. I mean, I'm getting published all the time. I feel anger clawing up from my throat, taking hold at the place where I form words. When that rumor was flying around, I felt like a loser. I came out just so people would stop talking about it. And now Bianca was acting like it was some funny anecdote, like it meant nothing. What was her hand doing when it probed around and found mine? I wouldn't go back to being 16 for anything, Em says, squeezing her eyes shut. I felt like such an ugly beast when I was a teenager. Yeah, Bianca says. I felt bigger than everything and everyone. Not in like a good way. In a way where I thought everyone was always watching me. I imagine her Godzilla size, gnashing her jaws, knocking things over. Dea, as if suddenly realizing where she is, covers her breasts. Guys, this is like so intimate. I feel like we're a bunch of babies in a womb. Callie wipes her forehead. It's sweltering in here. I think the first time I really considered that word, intimate, was when I was 12 in a creative writing class at a sleepaway summer camp. There was an older girl whose name I forget, but whose face I still remember blaring in my mind. She had curly black hair and she didn't shave her legs, and I knew this because her ankles peeked out from under her long skirt when she sat down in the plastic chair across from me. She was quiet, but when it came time for her to read her story to the class, her face changed, she opened up, her voice got louder and sweeter, like she was speaking to a baby. She read a piece that still comes back to me sometimes, in bits and pieces. It was written in vignettes, I think, and there was this line, "Bunk beds are very intimate." No one seemed to like the curly-haired girl's story as much as I did. When she stopped reading and opened her eyes, I remember looking around the room, trying to see if anyone felt what I felt, but most people looked bored. I leaned forward, the anger still simmering inside me. I have a secret. I smile at Bianca and she furrows her brow at me. Feels playful, like she's telling me, do it. I shouldn't say it. It would ruin the moment, probably. We've all been connecting tonight. But it's weighed on me forever, and I feel like maybe these girls might understand that, might free me of that burden. And besides, I need to say something. I don't want Bianca to have the last word. It's already sliding out of my lips. It comes out like spit. Bianca and I used to experiment. The girls whoop and laugh. Bianca frowns. What? No, we didn't. I study her face for some kind of signal, some secret acknowledgement of recognition, but there is nothing, just a blankness that feels tight and cold and purposeful. Come on, Bianca, I say, it's not a big deal. She maintains her even expression, holding eye contact. I don't know why you're making this up. It's starting to seem like she doesn't remember at all. A feeling prods at me, claws into my chest, hurt. I don't know how I was expecting her to react, but I guess I didn't think she would have forgotten something that was so formative. I remember her lips sticky from lip gloss and her smell like grass after it rains. Is it possible it never even happened? I'm becoming a total prune, Dea says, showing us her wrinkly fingers. Sorry girls, I'm getting out. She lifts herself out of the tub and grabs a towel. I'm grateful for her interruption, for the attention to shift off of me. Callie stands up too. I know you said we have to stay up till 2, Selene, but I'm like so dead. She shakes the water out of her hair and over the sink. Have fun, you troublemakers. She disappears with Dea down the hallway. I hear their wet feet squeaking against the floor. Okay, Yvette clears her throat. I didn't realize she'd been silent pretty much this whole time, leaning back in the tub, playing with an empty bottle of shampoo. I want to tell you guys something too. I lean forward, resting my elbows on my submerged knees. I spent some time in juvie when I was young. Her voice breaks a bit at the word juvie, like she's chopping it in two. Shit, that's badass, Bianca says. What did you do, I ask. She sinks a bit lower into the tub. I don't want to say. Em touches her shoulder. Come on, Yvette, we've all told secrets. Bianca hums in agreement. I bet she stole some shit from a store. I can imagine her with her beautiful face almost getting away with it. We seriously won't judge you, Em adds. We're all naked in a bathtub. There's no judgment here. Yvette looks more scared now than she was of the tornado. It makes me want to laugh almost, thinking she can be more scared of a bathtub full of girls than a whirl of unpredictable wind, the kind that is known to displace entire neighborhoods, bulldoze through suburbs, and raise them clean. Em places her hand gently on Yvette's arm, gives her these soft, sweet eyes. Fine, she mumbles. When I was 13, my friends and I beat up a guy because he was taunting us, and he had this bottle of booze that he wouldn't give us. I look at Bianca. She is staring straight at Yvette, squinting her eyes. Did you injure him? Yeah, Yvette looks like she's having trouble breathing. Her eyes are glassy. He died, she whispers. Em recoils, lifting her hand from Yvette, but then slowly placing it on the edge of the tub, staring at it suspiciously, like she forgot it was attached to her body. Oh shit, I say. I know it's bad. I was in with the wrong crowd. I was in juvie, then I had 100 hours of community service, and I visit his grave at Christmas every year. And I followed his family to all of that. apologize. I'm just like, my life is different now, okay? I swear. I'm gonna get an MFA. Emma nods stiffly. Yeah, like, okay. She trails off, her mouth still open. Oh God, Yvette buries her head in her wet hands. Do you hate me? I think we're just surprised, I say slowly. Like, I know it's hard to say something like that. Bianca looks at me now, finally, but it's not with understanding. She's gagging, like she's gonna vomit. Guys, get out now, I say, just as Bianca rushes into the tub. Em screams. Yvette stands up, panting. Em jumps out of the tub and starts scrubbing her arms with a towel. Holy fuck, I literally have emetophobia, she cries. Bianca takes another towel to dry her legs. She moves slowly, robotically. Feels like the bathroom is a crime scene. I don't want to touch anything. Yvette sits on the toilet and starts sobbing. I want to comfort her, but I don't know how. Please don't tell the other girls, she whimpers. I resist the urge to crowd her with more questions, like, how can a bunch of young girls kill a grown man? How can you hit someone to the point that they're unconscious, then keep going? What is it like to break someone's flesh with your own hand? How can you be that cruel? That's it. Thank you!
When are they gonna get to Bunba Mountain?